What's good, everybody? The Washington Wizards fall to the Utah Jazz in Salt Lake City, 127 to 115. But Jordan Poole shines through, and the pool party started in the Salt Lake. So we're going to talk about that and more tonight on Locked On Wizards.
You are Locked On Wizards, your daily Washington Wizards podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Brandon Scott again. And I appreciate you guys making Locked On Wizards your first listen every single day. We are free and available wherever you get your podcasts and on YouTube, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every single day. And today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Make every moment more. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $150 if your bet wins. All you got to do is visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get started. So tonight, the Washington Wizards fall to the Utah Jazz 127 to 115, but Jordan Poole looked good. So we're going to take a look at why did we lose this game and the individual performance, and then we're going to get into the comments to round out the night, because right now it's 11:30 Eastern time, so we're going to definitely chop it up real quick and call it a night. So let's get into it, everybody. So looking at the numbers game overall team-wise, this was a close game till the fourth quarter. Once we hit the fourth quarter, man, I mean, before we can get there, I mean, if you look at the team stats, I mean, field goal percentage, they shot 48%, we shot 42%, so a little somewhat better. 3-point percentage, we shot 42%, they shot 40%. I mean, free throw percentage, same, 86 to 82. Rebounds were close. So it all came down to the fourth quarter, because if you look at it, we got outscored 25 to 14 in the fourth quarter. And it just looked like we just ran out of gas. I mean, we showed a lot of momentum. We showed a lot of dog. I mean, if you saw the level of defense, this team outside of rebounding, we're going to talk about boxing out in a minute, but I mean, you saw effort on defense. I mean, Landry Shamet is one guy that I saw a lot of effort on defense. Denny Alva, a lot of effort on defense. Pretty much team wide, I mean, a lot of effort on defense. Jordan Poole, you know, he does what he can, but he's not that defensive guy. But overall, the defensive intensity was on point in the first half, and even in the third quarter. That fourth quarter, man, is just, I don't know if it was lack of adjustments. I don't know if he should have called timeouts at the right time, but it just seemed like they just lost all momentum and it went out the balloon, man. Like, they just had no fight in them. And the fourth quarter was just abysmal, in my opinion. I mean, like I said, 25 to 14. And considering we scored 41 points in the first quarter, 34 points in the second quarter, and 26 points in the third quarter, to come out in the final quarter, man, in a winnable game, and just we lost the game just in the fourth quarter. Because again, I felt like this was a very winnable game against a Utah Jazz team that's very, very intriguing, man. And a lot of different pieces of the team from trades, but they're not a bad team. Now, they're not a team that's going to come out in the Western Conference, but they are a very intriguing team long term going forward in the Western Conference. But let's get into individual stats. But that fourth quarter, Lord have mercy. All right, so let's get into teams individual stats. Tyus Jones tonight, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, shot 8 for 11, 5 for 8 from the 3-point line. He had a really good game. I mean, he had too good of a game offensively, man, because I bet on his assists and not his scoring. But I mean, Tyus Jones had a really, really good game. He did his thing. He picked up the slack because this was just a really bad offensive game from, you know, we had our glimpses here and there, but we're going to talk about it. So 21 points, 5 assists, or 6 assists, 5 rebounds from Tyus. Bilal Coulibaly coming back from injuries, so you know he's definitely trying to get his feet from under him. 7 points, 4 rebounds, shooting 2 for 7, 1 for 2 from 3, 1 block. I mean, it's going to take him a couple games to kind of get back to where he was, man. I mean, the injury. I mean, I feel like the injury is going to be worse than what it was because of the way he fell, and he's got to be careful how you go through the lane, man. Because you know, I thought the injury was going to be worse, and praise God it wasn't. But it's good to see him back, and he's definitely going to ramp back up to where he was. Looking at Denny, not his best night from an efficiency standpoint, shooting 6 for 18, 0 for 4 from 3, but 16 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 for 4 from the charity strike. So obviously from the efficiency, it's kind of like, how do I say this? It's as good and bad. It's good because he's less hesitant to take those shots, which is what you want to see from Denny. But the shots weren't dropping. So, if you look at players who, the less hesitant, the shot attempts go up, you're going to have nights like this. And, like I said, 16 points, 11 rebounds, still had a double dub. So I'm not very disappointed. I just want him to work on his efficiency because Lord knows, man, we have enough issues with efficiency on this team. Kyle Kuzma, 23 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 7 for 18, 2 for 6 from 3, 7 for 11 from the charity strike. So number one, he's got to work on the charity strike, man. Their free throws are free for a reason. But, he's that 20 points plus a game score for us. So, I mean, he checked the box. But efficiency, again, with him and Denny, was not the best night. Marvin Bagley went down with an injury. I believe he had back spasms, but 23 minutes played. He got 6 points, 9 rebounds, shooting 2 for 7 from the field. Rebound numbers look solid. I mean, like I said, he went out with an injury, but he played well till he went out. So let's get into the second team, Jordan Poole. The pool party in the Salt Lake. Come on, man. I mean, look, hate him or love him, you got to put some respect on his name tonight. I think we finally found his role, which is 6th man. That was his role in Golden State. And yes, he can come in and spot start like he did for Stephen Curry, and he can be successful. But he is a 6th man, and there's nothing wrong with that. He is smoking since they made the decision to bring him off the bench. Tonight, 32 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 11 for 18. Efficiency was on point. 6 for 10 from 3, 4 for 4 from the charity strike, 2 steals, 1 block, only 3 turnovers. Put some respect on his name. I mean, a lot of people, including me and Ed, man, we're very, very hard on him. But you got to get credit where it's due. And tonight, I can say very little, man. He checked all boxes tonight. One thing I'm gonna bring up, man, and I'm gonna say this for Denny too. You didn't see neither of them arguing with the refs. Both of them took the professional standpoint. They ran down the court, and that's something I want to see from both of them. And I'm very proud to see that from them, man. No arguing the calls. Not standing down on the other end of the court. They went back down the court. They showed some professionalism, and that's all I want to see as far as personal standpoint from Denny and Jordan Poole, man. Not arguing calls, standing down the court, and neither one of them did that, man. Both of them took the L's and moved on, and I'm very proud to see that. But I mean, pool party, man. 32 points. I mean, he was highly efficient. I mean, defensively, he showed effort. I mean, he showed some intensity on the defensive end. Now, we all know that he's not going to be a lockdown guy. But look, heck of a game from Jordan Poole. And this is what I expect going forward, man. I definitely believe he can be a 20-plus a game scorer, man. Absolutely. Because I think that he has more autonomy on the second unit. And look, I think that he is best fit as a 6th man. So I love what I see from Jordan Poole, man. He's just going to get better and better as a 6th man. So let's round out the second team. Landry Shamet, 2 points, shooting 1 for 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 17 points. Kind of a non-factor. Let's be totally honest here. I mean, the only other stat he had was a turnover. So Landry Shamet, he's kind of disappearing in the second half of the season. Definitely want to see him pick it up. Corey Kispert, 16 minutes played. So you definitely want to see some more minutes for Corey Kispert, in my opinion. But did he exactly utilize the minutes given? Nah, I mean, 5 points, 4 rebounds, but he shot 2 for 9 from the field, 1 for 6 from 3. So it's kind of the argument with Johnny Davis. You got to capitalize the time given. But I definitely want to see Corey Kispert get 20 plus, man. I definitely think he is deserving of 20 plus a minute, 20 plus minutes a game. And then a couple more guys look at in the second unit. Rashawn Holmes, I mean, he got 2 rebounds. Rashawn Holmes, I gotta be totally honest with you guys, man. I would be unhappy if he went on the team next year. I mean, he's just a non-factor. I mean, nothing against Rashawn Holmes, man, but I mean, he's a non-factor. I mean, even within the paint, as far as paint scoring, he's breaking layups, man. I mean, hopefully we can get Tristan Vukovic over here because look, Rashawn Holmes just ain't it at backup center, man. And then looking at Johnny Davis, 7 minutes tonight, but he shot a 3-pointer where his shooting stance, man, looked a lot better. His shot looked better. It looked like a fluid shot. So hopefully, man, we can try to ramp this thing up. But I think we all kind of agree that the Johnny Davis era in DC is coming to a close, man. But hey, nice 3-pointer. So we're gonna get into comments, man. We're gonna make this a short night, man. But we're definitely gonna get into comments. But before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. So sometimes we all need an opportunity to get something off our chest, right? Big or small, certain things can really start to get at you. And it's important to let that out. especially to someone who's unbiased on your life. So today I want to say how I really feel about something. You might even be thinking about the same thing this week. And what's got me depressed, man, is the price of milk now, man. I don't know how y'all feel, man, but it's got me seriously depressed. So, but look, we all have issues, man, and sometimes it's best to talk to somebody who is definitely unbiased in your life, man, who can definitely be that lending ear and shoulder for you. So I recommend BetterHelp. So therapy can be different for everyone, right? Most of us have bigger problems than our favorite sports team. And it's important to get things off your chest every once in a while. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be flexible and suited to your schedule. Visit BetterHelp.com/LockedOnNBA to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/LockedOnNBA to get started. And Locked On has launched the first ever national sports 24/7 streaming channel on YouTube, and now it's also available on Amazon Fire TV and the free Fire TV's channel app. Locked On Sports Today is here for you 24/7, covering the top sports stories of the day with the local experts at Locked On, plus our national shows covering every league. Find Locked On Sports Today now available on the free Fire TV's channel app. All right, everybody, we're gonna slide right in the comments. Like I said, this is gonna be a shorter night, man, but we're gonna try to chop it up like we always do. So let's start from the top. All right, this is from Edward Moore, and he says the opposing teams watch Kuz drive and not kick out when they commit 2 or 3 defenders. Love Kuz, but he recreates the Kobe shot meme every game. We don't need that for our young guys' development. I agree 100%. Look, I like Kuz. He's definitely a high volume scorer, but here's the thing, man. He is way too dependent on that jump shot, man. You know, at 6'10", drive the lane. But, you know, if you're going to drive the lane, utilize outside shooters, because when you're driving the lane and you're sucking in the defense, man, you know, in the defense collapse, you have to kick it out. You have to kick it out. So, I mean, it's just he's way too he's way too dependent on his game, man, as far as so he's too reliant on that jump shot, man. And like you said, which it was a perfect comment, which is he doesn't kick it out, which sometimes I get it, man. You know, sometimes I do get that, you know, you want to catch them, you know, a blocking foul, you want to get to the free throw line. But sometimes, man, if you keep doing it and you're not kicking it out, they're going to start collapsing on you, and then you're going to start getting charging calls. So, yeah, I'm with you, man. You know, he's got to evolve his game if he and his organization wishes to develop these young guys, man. Because, I mean, we can have a whole nother conversation about why it was questionable to sign him, why it was questionable not to trade him. But he's here. He's got to evolve his game, because at the end of the day, the main emphasis for this team should be developing young talent. That is the first priority. That's the second priority. And that is a third daggone priority, man. So I'm with you on that. Appreciate the comment. And another one from Edward Moore says, as I write that comment, Poole's defender willingly left Poole 10 to 15 feet of space when Kuz posted up. And dude has one of the most efficient 32 points I've seen a Wizard have since Bill. This is ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. No, look, give credit and criticism where it's due. Tonight, Jordan Poole was the best player on the floor, in my opinion. Now you can argue, I mean, as far as the Wizards, because I believe we could look at the stat line for the Jazz, but I mean, easily the best Wizard on the floor tonight, because he was hitting them shots, man. I mean, and they were high percentage shots. I mean, he's just a totally different player since he's been relegated to the 6-man role, and I love what I see from Jordan Poole. He's definitely stepped his game up, man, and we found the right spot for him, man. So I'm with you on that. Very highly efficient. Moving on. Locked on Lost says, every freaking time I see Jordan Clarkson going off, I am reminded that we gave him away. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of the same way, man. Because I believe we drafted him and then quickly traded him away. I mean, he's talking about the 6-man. I mean, and me and Ed were kind of talking about this earlier, man, about how there's certain players who are just meant to be 6 men. Like, you know, Lemon Pepper Lou Williams is one. Jordan Clarkson's number. You know, here's the thing. If you look at criticism, is that a lot of people get on you about criticism or criticizing Jordan Poole for not starting, but not everybody's a starter. You know, same thing. I guess if I'm gonna compare it to anything, it's like Gaff, man. You know, we got a lot of heat for criticizing Gaff, man, but there's nothing wrong with being a role player. You know, not everybody's gonna be the guy. Not everybody's gonna be a starter. And yes, Jordan Poole can come in and spot start if need be, but his most successful spot is 6-man, because it gives him autonomy to kind of dictate the flow of the game and leading the second unit. And I believe that him and Corey Kispert are really a 1-2 punch that look good off the second unit, man. they are a really good combination in the second unit, man. So, I mean, I like what I see from Jordan Poole. I have nothing bad to say about it tonight, man. Teaser, he says, classic Kuzma, thinking he's Kobe when it matters. Oh, man. I mean, yeah. I mean, here's the thing. We know that Kyle Kuzma wanted – big reason why he's here. He's already got the championship. Big reason why he's here because he wants to have his own team. And that's all good and well, man. But it should not come at the expense of the development of young players. And I said this all year long, and I said it after the deadline. And I said it after the All-Star break that if we retain him, he's got to bring the shot attempts down. He's got to evolve his game. You know, yeah, absolutely. Utilize your frame, drive the lane, man. But just like Ed Remore said before, man, you know, not at the expense of not popping it back out the perimeter. You know, he's way too dependent on what his game is. He's got to evolve his game because he's not the main point of emphasis. You know, he's just not. It's player development. So if he's going to be that guy, it has to be that guy where, you know, also putting our young guys in the best position to develop. So that's my piece on that, man. Shook Biz said, happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, man. Definitely enjoy your birthday, man. Definitely is a blessing, man. So definitely happy birthday to my guy, Shook Biz 1. All right. The son says, Brian Keefe is not head coach material. I mean, I'll say this. There's times where he has impressed me, but you're starting to see more and more where his inefficiencies are, man. And, you know, or his deficiencies are. Sorry. And I'll say this. You know, I'm moving more towards the territory of we need to go find an established coach who is the disciplinarian, because you don't see discipline. You know, you don't see the discipline with his team. And, you know, Brian Keefe, a part of me does want to see, or, you know, definitely wants to see him earn this job in the second half. But another part of me wants us to go out and find, an established head coach, man. So, you know, Brian Keefe, we'll see, but I don't think it's all on him, because just rosters, just, you know, yeah, I'm just going to leave it there, man. All right, so Cotty 1999 says we made Collins, Clarkson, and Sexton look like Hall of Famers. Yes, we did. But I'll also say this, man. The Jazz, I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're borderline dirty team, because they got away with a lot, man. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but there was this play in the first half where what's his name? Oh, John Collins had Marvin Bagley III by the arm and had him near his elbow, where it's like, what is he doing? And John Collins he did that all night long. And yeah, he definitely has a reputation as a guy who plays kind of tough, you know, / dirty, but they got away with a lot of calls. And I'm not going to say that officiating was the reason why they lost, because that fourth quarter is definitely the reason we lost that game. But come on, man. You know, they pushed off a lot. You know, I mean, THT did. I mean, Jordan Clarkson did. I mean, Sexton did. I mean, Collins did. They pushed off. So, and you know what? And what I like from this team, as far as the Wizards, you saw that dog in the first half. You saw that they didn't like that, and they fought and they fought and they fought. Just some way we lost steam in the fourth quarter, man. And I think that, and then going back to Deshaun and his comment, man, I think that is a big reason why he made that comment, is that, you know, that fourth quarter, you know, that's coaching to a certain degree. And just that fourth quarter was bad. It was just terrible to watch, because we played them well. This is a winnable game. So it's just, it kind of compares to the Lakers game, and not the Clippers game, because we got smoked in the Clippers game, but the Lakers game, where it was a close game. And then, you know, with closing seconds, you know, you got Kuz doing a step back three. It's just, the fourth quarter is just the boon to this team sometimes. I mean, no play calling. I mean, it's just step back three and you know, live or die by the step back three. And it's just, we got to start strategizing, especially Brian Keefe. Strategize, because this is a winnable game. And it's not like they're doing this on purpose to tank, because, dude, we're 9-51. So, I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that. So let's get into Edian says Shaman had more minutes than Kispert actually hurts. Yeah, I'm with you. I definitely want to see Kispert get his minutes back up, man. He definitely, in my opinion, is deserving of 20 plus minutes, man. You know, if you're looking at the minutes, dude, I mean, we are a team who is currently 9-52. Sorry. So really, do you really need to necessarily give Kyle Kuzma 35 minutes? Now, 33 minutes to Blau, yeah. Jenny 35, but I mean, Ty's 30, yeah, you know, but here's my thing, man. They've got to find a way to get Kispert back in action, man. And but on the flip side, you know, 16 minutes, he did get 9 attempts, and he shot 2 for 9. 1 for 6. So he's got to capitalize on the minutes he does get. But I mean, I'm with you on that. I really am. But like I said, my expectation for that is definitely 20 plus minutes a night, man, in my opinion, because he's definitely still a young guy. We got to get him all the minutes that we can. So, all right. So we're going to get into the comments, everybody. But before we do, tonight's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. So get your buckets with your first bet on FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets with any winning $5 bet. That's $150 if your bet wins, right? Bet on all your favorite NBA players and teams with quick bets, live same-game parlays, exclusive props, and more. So just visit FanDuel.com/lockedon and shoot your shot. FanDuel, the official partner of the National Basketball Association. So let's get into it, guys. Let's get back in the comments and call it a night. We got a lot of comments tonight, so I'm going to try to get through this and hit all that I can. Bucket Getter says, pool party. I don't know how we lost. Easy, fourth quarter. Fourth quarter lost the game for us, man. We lost all momentum, all steam, and it clearly, I mean, it just showed that we gave up in the fourth quarter, in my opinion. Edian says, I have seen the fourth, but I'm guessing a lot of hero ball. Yeah, a combination of that and just there was no momentum. I mean, it seemed like they stopped caring. I mean, it went from we were very highly efficient. We had some dog in us, we were staying in the fight to it was just we lost all. I mean, the fourth quarter was just hard to watch, man. It was a very winnable game, in my opinion. Pink Difference said inefficient game, both from Denny and Kuz, but it happens. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Denny, I think this is different for both of them. And I'll say this why, because Denny, he's becoming less hesitant to take those shots. So you're going to see nights like this when, I'd rather him take his L's and be less hesitant to take these shots than, you know what I mean? So I don't mind he's going to have these type of games where Kuz has been an MO all season, man. And I get it. Kuz is a scorer. I get it. But I do not want it to be at the expense of the young guys in their development. I mean, he's got to bring it down a little bit. I mean, he's a leader. Can't take that away from him, man. But look, we can't. Here's the thing. You got two things. You can't be the guy scoring 20, 25 plus, man, and still develop young guys. He's got to bring it down a little bit. I get it. He wants his own team, man. But look, him having his own team ain't gonna get us nowhere. And there's no disrespect to Kuz, but let's be real. I mean, him being the guy and taking all the daggone shots is not going to get us anywhere. I mean, developing the young guys is what the future holds for us, not Kuz shooting the ball 18, 20 times a game. So, I mean, that's where I'm at, man. I mean, very low percentage. I mean, I guess it's just he's got to bring down a little bit. And, like I said, I mean, gone are the days where he's taking 25 shot attempts. I guess that's one win in this whole ordeal, but still, I mean, inefficiency is still an issue. 7 for 18. So, it is what it is, but he's got to shoot high percentage shots. He's got to utilize the talent that he has around him, man. And definitely the free throws. That's 4 points left on the board, man. So let's see. Ant Mokash says, it's guys we want to lose the season out. Well, yeah, pretty much. I mean, you have no no complaints there. Let's see. He also said we are developing and raising Jordan Poole's value. Absolutely. Thank you. Look, him in his new role, he is cooking like an air fryer, right? So now, if he continues to play like this, he's going to go into the off season with some value. So if he doesn't want to be in DC, we can accommodate him. If he does, then we can finally start to see a diamond in the rough for Jordan Poole. But then that brings up an important question that we'll probably ask on, getting closer to the offseason, which is if he indeed steps his game up, what is his role long term? So, I mean, we're going to make that the question for the night for everybody. If Jordan Poole is a long-term piece, where is his position long term? Because obviously, you can't, I mean, you could be a six-man forever, but with his contract, that brings up serious questions about what his role is. So let's get into more comments. John Carl says, per usual, Kuzma and Poole refuse to play within an offense during crunch time. Yeah, I mean, it's iso ball till it fails, right? I mean, Jordan Poole, he played well tonight, but that fourth quarter was it was a hobgoblin of issues, man, where it's very little strategy, very little play calling. It was just, let's try to score when they score. It's just this mentality of a shootout, man. And that is just the wrong mentality to have. I mean, the shootout, I mean, it's just, you got to strategize. You have to strategize. And that's what I'm saying. Brian Keefe, if he indeed wants to retain his job and go from interim head coach to full-time head coach, they've got to start strategizing the fourth quarter. It cannot continue to be 3 seconds left, step back three for Kuz. I mean, we can't keep doing this. We have to draw plays, man. So I'm with you on that. Stuart O'Flaherty says they just ran out of gas, missed 9 out of 10, let them go on a 17-3 run, and it was over. Thank you. Yep, absolutely. You said it perfectly. I mean, they ran out of gas. They had nothing left to give, and just, I mean, I guess you can say to a certain degree is a West Coast trip, but then, they had a day of rest between, but it's they had, a travel day, but I don't know, man. But that fourth quarter, just they were drained, man. So I mean, I don't know if they need to have a Camelback with some Gatorade on the back, man. But they did figure it out for that fourth quarter, man. Dean Pomeroy says, unreal. Never in my life have I seen a team close a game that badly, and then on top of that, get embarrassed and disrespected after getting blocked like 5 times and not scoring in the final 5 minutes. And that was the point that really made me scratch my head. It's like those 2 blocks is like they just heaved the ball up in the lane. I mean, it's just like I don't understand that. Like, it was just, I guess they were just trying to get the game to end. I mean, no fight in the fourth quarter. And like I said, the first half, this team was fighting. This team had some dog in the first half. I mean, they were playing to win. And I thought that we were, I honestly thought we were going to win this game. And then that fourth quarter just made me scratch my head like Jekyll and Hyde. Like, what happened to this team? I mean, it's just, I don't get it, man. I mean, you can't say the lack of adjustments like we used to say with Wes Unseld Jr. because the third quarter was decent. That fourth quarter is just a completely different team, man. Dean Pomeroy also says, not to mention Colin Sexton throwing up through the legs, dunk, the buzzer sounded. I'm done watching this team. I mean, you got the unwritten rules of the NBA where, you're not supposed to, score when you're up, but it's a new era in sports, man. It's like I compare it to baseball, where there's a lot of unwritten rules in baseball more than any other sport, and it's a totally different game in baseball. Whereas before, you couldn't watch a home run, you would have to run around the bases, or you probably gonna get thrown at. But now you got guys doing backflips and whatnot going around the bases, so completely different era, man. I mean, it used to be where if you scored in the NBA when the team was clearly down, people would have an issue with that, but different game, man. I mean, and that's Utah, they have their own reputation as far as the fan base, man, because it's a tough place to win, man. They have a very vibrant fan base, man. But I'm with you. Stuart Lady says effort was there, but if you give up threes like that, it's hard to win. Absolutely, I completely agree with you. Let's see. Antimo Cash says fans need to relax, sit back, and don't expect to win. We are going for a lottery pick in the upcoming draft. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, bro. But I mean, here's my thing: is you play to win. I mean, I've said it all year long, man. Obviously, we are not a very good team. Obviously, we're definitely going to get a top 5 pick, and it's going to be without trying. We're 9-52, so we're obviously, we're already playing for a lottery spot. But you play to win. That's culture, and I am, and that's what I'm saying. I was willing to give Brian Keefe an opportunity to show what he can do the second half of the season. I'm still willing to give him that chance for the rest of the second half of the season. But we need a coach with fire in DC. We need a coach. I mean, Budenholzer is my choice. There's other names out there. Juwan Howard is a guy who I think could get a lot out of a young roster. Former Bullet, current head coach of the University of Michigan Wolverines. I mean, it would definitely have the allure for Jordan Poole and Isaiah Livers being former Wolverines themselves. But, my top 2, or really top 3 picks for head coach is going to be Mike Budenholzer, Juwan Howard, and Sam Cassell. But I mean, we need a guy who's going to come in and light some fires, man. I mean, enough is enough. I mean, we got to stop letting the players run the locker room. I mean, the Kuz experiment is like, I like Kuz, man, but we got to stop with the low percentage, inefficient nights, man, because we can't do it anymore. He's got to either bring it down a little bit or become a lot more efficient. But it cannot be at the expense of the young guys, man. I can't say it enough. Student Faraday says, if they pick a wing with upside, I'll throw up. Ooh, Lord. It better be Sar or Topic. I am with you on that. And here's my mentality or my philosophy with the draft. And we got a lot of time to talk about a draft, man. And me and E, man, we definitely owe you guys a couple of draft videos, man. But I believe that where we go with the first pick, our first rounder, you go the opposite with the second pick. So, Topic is a guy that I'm very high on, But Rob Dillingham out of Kentucky is a very intriguing prospect, man. But if you go Topich or Dillingham, in my opinion, then you have to go center and later in the draft. So you're looking at Zach Edey out of Purdue. But if you go center with our lottery pick, then you have to go Sar. And then there's a lot of taller guys in there, man. I mean, Sar to me is a very high upside guy, but don't get it twisted. This draft is a highly developmental draft. You don't have anybody in this draft who's going to be able to contribute right away and be a starter. So this is definitely a draft where you're going to have to develop these next 2 picks going forward, man. But it's a rebuild, so we have nothing but time to go ahead and develop players, Sar and Topich, man. Yeah, I'm with you. They are very intriguing, man. I like both of them. Let's see. And 5 turnovers from Denny. Yeah, the turnovers were an issue, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be too hard on Denny, man, because he's becoming more aggressive as an offensive player, man. So he's gonna have nights like this. You're gonna have the turnovers. If you look at the players that we have that are, Kuz, he's always had his issues with turnovers. Jordan Poole, guys who the shot attempts go up, if they're aggressive on the offensive end, you're gonna have turnovers. That's just the MO with guys who are offensive guys who are aggressive scorers. Any aggressive scorers have a high turnover rate. So but I'm not gonna get on too much, man. But I do want to see some consistency. I don't think we need to see a 5 turnover night every night. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, man, because I do like the fact that he was less hesitant on that 3-point shot. He's not. The last 3 years, man, it took him time to really set up and shoot that shot. Now he's locked in. He gets the ball and he's letting it fly, and his release is a lot better. So yeah, I'm with you, man. But I do like the aggression. Evan said Jordan Poole for president. I mean, man, I ain't gonna get political, man, but he may not be the best candidate. I mean, he may not be the worst candidate. But anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. John Carl says, don't care about losing, but Denny and Kispert need more crunch time experience to develop. Kuz and Poole refuse to move the ball anytime he's close in the game. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm definitely with you. Now, Denny did get his minutes, man. So I'm not gonna say too much about his minutes, but Kispert, man, yeah, you gotta boost his minutes. I'm with you. Yeah, and I get it. Kuz and Poole tend to be very ISO, friendly, man, when it comes to the later stages of the game, and it really hurts us, man. It does really hurt us. I think that Kuz, man, if he wants to be successful as being a guy in DC, he's got to utilize himself. And by saying that again, like the comment before, if you're gonna drive the lane in the volume that he has, kick it out. Turn everybody else into a threat. Don't feel compelled to have to force shots, man. Or so I'm with you on that. So we have a lot of comments, man. So I will tell you guys what, man. I'm gonna try to do 2 more comments, man. I'm not gonna be able to hit everybody's comments, but let me take a look at the schedule real quick, because we're gonna see if we can't knock out a mailbag for you guys, man. Because I know you guys get on us, man, for not reading all the comments. So let me see. Sorry, going forward, guys, real quick before I get into the last 2 comments. The next game is Wednesday. We are back home against the Orlando Magic, and Friday against the I'm about to say New Orleans. Lord, I'm going way back. The Charlotte Hornets. So we do have capability to do a mailbag on Thursday and Tuesday. So I'm gonna tell you guys what, man. We're gonna try to read all these comments tomorrow or Thursday. I'm gonna holler at E, and we're gonna try to get these comments read out for you guys, because I know you guys been getting on us about that, man. So we're gonna get into 2 more comments, man. Ron Catalico says Juwan Howard or Mike Budenholzer are best coaching candidates. Amen. Both of those guys will get the best out of his roster. Both of these guys are disciplinarians. Both of these guys have dog in them. Those 2 guys, one of them needs to be our next head coach if indeed Brian Keefe doesn't prove himself. And right now, I mean, clutch time, man, it ain't looking too good. So I'm with you on that, man. Those are my top 2 candidates, man. I mean, look, Juwan Howard has a link to the franchise, and you got 2 Wolverines on the squad. So I definitely think that needs to be the mind frame going forward to hit coach. So we're gonna get into one more, and this is let's see, Multiverse Joe. If Jordan plays 35 minutes off the bench, what difference does it make? Celtics have several 6 men in the Hall of Fame, as do others. Utah, we're playing dirty. I'm with you on that, and I agree, man. 35 minutes off the bench, I could care less. Because like I said, Jordan Poole is best served in a situation where he can dictate the flow and the speed of the game. And he does that in the second unit. And Corey Kispert is that perfect guy in tandem with Jordan Poole because he can run the court too. So I definitely believe that Jordan Poole and Corey Kispert, man, are one heck of a 1-2 punch on the second unit. Utah, man, they played dirty, man. And I hate to say that, man, because you do want to see physicality, but you see too much of these, pushing off. I saw a lot, Taylor Horton Tucker, I saw with him, Colin Sexton. But I'll say this before we leave, man. And one thing I didn't bring up there, everybody, and definitely comment below and hit us in the comments for the video, is boxing out. And it really goes into the insides of basketball, man. And really, this is a basketball issue overall, the lack of the simple basketball skills, right? Boxing out. Can you guys tell me why, or tell me how Colin Sexton emerged from the half court to get a rebound over? Do we not know how to box out? This was one of the worst games I've ever saw with simple boxing out. Boxing out is the moon to this team. And it's just, you had players like Colin Sexton rolling in and getting rebounds over people, man. So, that's where I'm at, guys. Again, the Washington Wizards fall to the Jazz 127-115. And it was a very, very winnable game, man. But I will say this, man. I appreciate you guys rocking with me tonight, man, because I know right now it is midnight. So definitely appreciate you guys, man, because our success, man, is because of you guys, man. So definitely appreciate you guys rocking with us, man. And, through all the late games, all the West Coast trips, man, you guys are dope, man. So definitely appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Like I said, we're going to try to do a mailbag and reread the comments from this video either Tuesday night or Thursday night. But I definitely appreciate you guys, man. So look, everybody have a good week, or I can't say that good week because I'll see you guys tomorrow. But definitely you guys enjoy your evening, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hail to the Wizards and peace. See you guys next time.